Putin is not ready for substantive negotiations or meetings. This was stated by the first deputy head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Serhiy Kyslytsya. He noted that the meeting at the White House between Presidents Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump, as well as European leaders, became a key event of recent months. According to him, the U.S. administration is increasingly understanding the Kremlin's manipulations.
Russia must fulfill its part of the agreement, namely to work in a spirit of cooperation with the United States and Ukraine's European partners, who are coordinating security guarantees among themselves. Security guarantees are not intended for any future malicious actions by the aggressor. Serhiy Kyslytsya, First Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, in an interview with NBC News.
China will not be a security guarantor, stated President Volodymyr Zelensky. Beijing did not help Ukraine either when Russia occupied Crimea or when it launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Kiev will only accept security guarantees from those countries that are ready to help, the head of state emphasized. Our correspondents looked into why Moscow is so insistent on proposing China as a guarantor.
Russia sees China as one of the possible security guarantors for Ukraine, said Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov. He also said that Moscow supposedly should have a say in Kiev's security matters. In other words, simply put, a veto right. Later, Lavrov added that Russia does not object if the permanent members of the UN Security Council become Ukraine's security guarantors, that is, the US, the UK, France, and, once again, Russia and China. Let's recall that at UN Security Council meetings, Moscow, like Beijing, readily uses its veto power to block any initiatives that could limit its aggressive actions in Ukraine or other regions of the world.
Soviet diplomacy and today's Russian diplomacy are on the same level. And they have a very clear tactic to demand the impossible and hold their ground to the end. And when you demand the impossible and even go beyond your own capabilities, in other words, when you go all in at some point, they hope that someone will waver and, if not give in to all their demands, then at least to some of them. That's pretty much what's happening right now.
Beijing shows a willingness to participate in political processes and peace negotiations, but avoids taking responsibility. According to experts, this is due to the cautious nature of China's foreign policy, whose main goal is to avoid getting involved in conflicts where the country's interests could be harmed. In Russia's war against Ukraine, Beijing has clearly taken Moscow's side.